Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Des and today is January 1st, 2025. You probably won't be seeing this until a little bit later because I'm going to post my Hobonichi unboxing first. So that video will be up before this one, and that's where I've opened this entire package of all of my planners and everything that I got from Hobonichi for 2025. But today for me, it's January 1st, so Happy New Year, and I thought that we could kind of get some of my things set up for the new year. So like I said, I have my box here of everything that I got from Hobonichi for 2025, and then here I have my planner tote. I use one of these Trader Joe's mini tote bags for my planner tote, and it's the perfect size, and it's also very cute. Yeah, it's very handy for me to take things around my house and between my different desks and like a coffee shop if I go journal at a coffee shop. So I've got in here basically all of the planners that I use right now, minus my little bird Commonplace book, which I will show you also, but I have this open to the side because I have notes for this video over there. But I thought that today we could kind of get these things ready for the new year and kind of move into my new books. The very first thing I want to do, because I'm excited about it, I want to try this card case. So this is the Hobonichi card case, and it basically is made for like business card sized things, and I've got my little stencil in here right now. So the front and back pages are just these larger like drop through pages, and then the other pages will have these two slots but only on one side. But I'm planning to use this for my washi tapes. I actually have this little guy too. I don't know if I've showed you guys these little scissors. So I'll have to find a different way to carry these around because I really love these. They're super awesome for cutting PET tapes. I thought that they might be too small. They're obviously extremely small, but they're actually pretty nice to have on the go. And I can cut like these washi tapes that have the stamps on them. So these are really handy, and I've been keeping them in this little bag, but I think I need to find, if I'm gonna move my washi tape to this, I'll need to find a different place to hold this. But this is a like little bagoo. They come in a set of 3, and this is the smallest one, and I really like it, but I've been considering switching to one of these. See. Yeah, these fit perfect. I was a little bit worried because these are pretty thick cards. These are just like blank business cards that I bought a huge pack of on Amazon, and then I wrap washi tape around them. And it works pretty well. Yeah, so these fit in here perfectly. And then so in the middle of the book, it switches sides. So this one has all 4 facing the same direction, and they switch to this side. But it looks like I have room for a little bit more washi tape in here. So that's fun. That actually fits quite well in there. And then this little stencil, I'm probably going to move to my hobbies journal because I think that's where I'm going to be using it the most. But yeah, so this actually fits perfectly in this pocket on my planner tote. The little Bagu one fit in here as well. But yeah, I like this because I can like flip through them. I don't have to pull out that whole stack of washi tapes to be able to see what I have. So that's really nice. Also, I have some Sticky Club packs. I did just film a unboxing reel for this one, so it's been sitting on my desk, and this is the December vintage pack. But I have this zip binder that fits these perfectly, and so I usually will take out, like, these two especially are like fall themed. I have not been super on top of journaling the last couple of months because we've been really busy with moving and stuff, so I haven't really changed this out. And then some of these are a mixture, mostly fall, but some that I find a little bit wintry. See, I think like these are still a little bit wintry to me, so I will leave this pack in here. And then this one is very wintry, and this one is kind of like a Christmas theme. And I put a bunch of my other Christmas stickers in here too. So I'm gonna add these in here. Okay, so now that is up to date. Okay, next, this is like the meat of this video probably, is putting my planners in their covers and kind of getting them ready to use for this year. These are my freebie notebooks that I got. And I did end up looking on the website to see if it had more details about these. And what it says is that these are 5mm grid, which is bigger than the other Hobonichis, but it does also have Tomoe River paper in it. So these are really nice paper also. So these I think will probably end up being Commonplace books in the future for me, but I have a different notebook also that I got for my Commonplace book, so we can do that. Okay, so first is my A6 hone. This is the Liberty Fabrics cover, and my back is like super destroyed, but this is new to me this year. I've used an A6 before a few years ago, but never the hone A6 because this is newer. And so I've got a brand new clear cover for it. So Hobonichi makes clear covers specifically for the hone. They say hone right here. And I already have an A5 one from 2024. But I picked one up for this as well, the A6 size. You kind of have to like bend the book back, and I know it's scary, but I promise it's okay. These books have very strong bindings. So that's how I put it in the clear cover. Very cute. Yeah, that's like a perfect snug fit, I think. Yeah, and you can like tuck some things into the front and back of these as well. So I'll probably stick some stickers in there. And then the hones come with this like thinner pencil board that has a pen loop on it. And since this is probably going to be a book that I take out and about with me everywhere, I am going to have it in the back like pretty much just for the pen loop. And this is the new Hobonichi pen for this year, which is orange and yellow, which I don't love, but honestly, it kind of matches my book covers this year pretty well. Like, I think that actually looks decent. I like the yellow. I don't love the orange, but yeah. So, oh, did I not get that in? Oh, I didn't even get it in the loop there. So that's what this book looks like. I have a bunch of new pencil boards too. I think that's everything I need out of this box for now. Yeah, I have lots of new pencil boards. I got the Unsoro and the Yumi Kitagishi sets. I got both sets this year. So that's what these look like. And I think I'm going to use this Yumi Kitagishi one for this A6. So I'm just going to tuck that in here and set this aside. We'll come back to this in a minute because I will go through every planner, and I got these sticky notes out so that I can write down what I'm using each spread for. And because I think if I do all of the setup in this video, it might take a while. So maybe I will make dedicated setup videos for some of these, most likely for this one, because this is my hobbies and reading journal. Yeah, so this is my 2024 one. This is a Liberty Weeks. You'll see my A5 is also in this same fabric cover for 2024. But I used to use this as a planner, and then I switched to using it as like a hobbies and media journal, so like reading and movies and knitting and all of that. So I write about all of that in here. And yeah, I added like beads to the tassels as well, so maybe I'll do that this year at some point as well. So this is the Junaida Through the Purple Night weeks, 2025 weeks. And yeah, it comes with a little paper here to explain about that. And then this is a adhesive sticker pocket that you can stick on the inside. But the clear cover actually has some pockets in it. And then this week's came with this pencil board, so I will use that. But I'm going to take the clear cover off of this one and move them over to my new weeks. Oh, yeah, this, I don't know if you can see, there's like some discoloring. Right here, it's starting to yellow. Kind of on the top and bottom of this. Not sure why, but. And then I had a bookmark in here. But yeah, this has pockets built in. And then in here I had this Shells pencil board, and I guess a sticker on the back of it. And then this piece of paper is for blotting so that my ink doesn't smear. And then I like to keep sticky notes in here as well, just in case there's something I need to remember to go back and fill in. Yeah, I love the Liberty Fabrics covers. They're so soft and so pretty. So I'm going to miss this one. It's really pretty. But I think I'm going to try and find a way to display them on my shelves too, because I really like them. And then I don't think I'm going to need these two for this year. And again, you kind of have to bend these into the cover. Sometimes you can get this cover's honestly a lot stiffer than the fabric cover. So I might need to be a little bit more careful. Yeah, this one definitely does not bend very well. Okay, I'm just gonna have to go for it. But yeah, I'm gonna try and reuse my clear cover for as many years as I can before I buy new ones. I'm not gonna buy new ones every year. They're not like super expensive, they're like $4 or something, but I just don't think I need to buy a new one every year. I think this is my 3rd year using this one. So there's my pen, and pencil board and blotting paper, and then I can stick my little sticky notes back here. Sometimes I'll use these if I'm like, don't want to write something down quite yet, but don't want to forget that I need to add it to a certain week. So I'll just make a little note and put it on the day or the week that it needs to go on. Yeah, we will come back to do some setup for this in a minute. And then the big one. This is my A5 hone. This is the rainbow cover. Also very, very pretty. Also comes with the guidebook and a little card explaining everything, and then the pencil board as well. So this one I'm not going to put into the clear cover because this is my current A5 hone. I am using the gingham A5 cover, and then I just slip a postcard into the front. And this is still kind of set up for fall, so it's very like autumnal colors. And then I keep a fountain pen, and then this is last year's Hobonichi pen, which I absolutely love the colors of. But yeah, this has gotten pretty chunky. Oh my gosh, and it's definitely really heavy. There we go. So there's all sorts of stuff that I keep in here, but I want to do a quick comparison because I feel like I wasn't super consistent this year, but it's still got quite a bit of chunk to it, even though I wasn't the most consistent. I do like to paste things in, so that is part of it for sure. But yeah, holy cow. So I guess we can see if this cover will also fit into that gingham cover. I know every hone is a little bit different depending on the material of the cover. So the Liberty Fabrics one fit fine into that. I'm not sure about this one, so we're gonna have to see. Oh, also, I want these little tabs. And I think I missed one on my weeks. Yes, these little Midori index tabs. I use them to mark like where notes pages and things are. And I would like to take this postcard out of the front of that. Dog hair, of course. So yeah, I keep all sorts of stuff in here. I have a video of me setting up this cover for like autumn. If you want to watch that, I can link it. It was really fun, and I think I want to do something similar for like a wintry setup and a spring setup. I think it's just fun to kind of refresh my cover for the new season. Ooh, perfect. This actually fits in here perfect too. Yay! And then this is a traveler's passport-sized sticker release notebook. So I cut and put my PET tape pieces in here, and then some washi tape bits as well. I absolutely love that. I got it while I was in New York, and it's so handy. And then I keep PET tape strips in the back here as well. And then, ooh, let's pick a fun pencil board. I will use my blotting papers, but I have a couple of pencil board options for this. I think this one matches really well, but this one's like wintry, so I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna use this Birds one for right now. What's the color for January anyways? Red. This one would probably match better, but this has like a wintry feel to it, so I'm gonna use that. I'm just gonna put this pen back in here, and this one. I just put whatever whichever fountain pen I'm currently using in here, because I'm always using this pen as well. This stencil, actually, I wanted to put in my weeks. Oh my gosh. It's so thin. Ooh, does it fit in this little pocket? It's kind of a tight squeeze, but it fits. Okay, so the A5 is in its cover. I actually kind of like this without a postcard on it right now. I think blue is a very wintry color, so that looks nice. Okay, and so the last one to put in its cover is this little guy. I'm really, really excited about this little cover. I'm a little bummed though because mine came like wrinkled and I can't get it to chill out. But yeah, when I try to like push it out, it just moves the wrinkles down. So that's a bit of a bummer. And then so this A6 cover so the A5 and A6, they make what's called a cover on cover. And there is one on my A5 cover as well. And it is a plastic cover that's not for the planners, it's actually for the covers. Hobonichi doesn't make covers for just like the standard notebooks. They make them for the Hone and then for these covers, because you're meant to put your book into one of these covers, basically. Except for the Hone, which doesn't always fit in a cover because they're a bit bigger. And these do relax over time. Mine has definitely relaxed on my A5, but yeah, I'm not going to be able to get that wrinkle to chill out. I don't think. Dang, it looks really bad when it's inside of the clear cover like that. I don't know, maybe I need to contact Hobonichi, but I absolutely love the inside of this cover. I think it's so pretty. I was testing notebooks to see what configurations worked in here, and I got this dirty. I tried my sketchbook in here and a certain pen rubbed off onto this. So there's a little bit of a smudge right there. One of my ideas was to try and get the A6 Hone and a notebook to fit in here, but it's too big together. The A6 will fit in here by itself, which is fun, but yeah, they don't fit together. So my other idea was to do a notebook, like 2 notebooks, or like a notebook and a sketchbook. And I think that'll work because I can kind of switch things out as I need them. Like if I want to bring my sketchbook instead of one of my other notebooks, I can just take one out and slip my sketchbook in. So I think that'll work pretty well. But this is the A6 Denali in the Midnight Sun notebook. I just absolutely love this color cover. I think it's so pretty. And this is going to be my new Commonplace book for 2025. My current Commonplace book for 2024 is this Birds one, just super duper chunky. I didn't realize it's getting pretty beat up, but I take it everywhere with me. But I'm excited to switch to this Hobonichi one. So I can just slip this into one side of the cover like that. And then the other notebook I was thinking about putting in here is my reading notes notebook. I did a video on this notebook earlier in 2024. I can link that for you as well. Like a few months ago, I switched to using the Hobonichi Weeks, and I stopped using this reading notebook in July. But I found that I actually think that I can use both of them together and they will be useful together. So I'm gonna try that out for the start of 2025. So this notebook will be kind of where I can write whatever I want while I'm reading, just thoughts and ideas and notes. And then the weeks will kind of be my archiving place. So when I finish reading a book, I can gather my thoughts and write like a cohesive review to go in my Hobonichi weeks. So that's kind of the idea. And then the weeks can be somewhere that I look back on, and then I can just archive this kind of messy notebook. I only made it not quite halfway in this notebook, and I don't currently have a new one. So for the time being, I'm just gonna start writing my 2025 stuff in here. And then I will probably get a new notebook to switch and I can copy stuff over. Also, this is the Midori A6 notebook, and this is the lined version. My Barnes & Noble carries these, and I will probably get the grid version because there's like less lines on here, and then if you get the grid one, the grid's a little bit smaller, so you can fit a little bit more on a page. So I want to try switching to the grid one, and I think my Barnes & Noble carries that one as well. But I did try this, and it fits very well in here with this, and all of this blue looks so good together. But yeah, these fit perfectly in here together, and it also fits perfectly like if I switch my reading notebook for my sketchbook, my little pocket sketchbook, it works great. So yeah, I'm super excited about this. I think this is going to be really fun, and I can take this out and about with me, so it'll be nice and portable. I love this A6 size. It's so fun to hold. Like, it's so little but also like chunky. I don't know, it's really cute. But yeah, so that's what this is going to be. And I will probably do a video setting up my Commonplace book because that's going to be a little bit more involved. Okay, so I want to go through each notebook now and use my sticky notes to mark what pages I'm using for what purpose. Oh man, this doesn't even like lay flat yet. So this page I haven't totally decided what I'm using it for. I don't really think I used it last year. Let's look. I didn't really use this much, but what I want to do, since this is kind of my journal, but I also write in here about all sorts of stuff, it can kind of turn into a Commonplace book at the same time. So I'm just going to use this as an index for if there's something I want to reference back to on a certain page. That's what I'll do. My monthly is going to be memories or gratitude. Pretty simple. And then this is this week. This is for planning. And that includes to-do lists, events, and meals. And then I haven't decided what I'm doing with this turning the page to a new year page yet. Maybe I will write some intentions and my Commonplace key. Another idea I've had for this is writing down ideas of what to write on my daily pages. So daily ideas, because I don't always have things to like journal about fully. So sometimes it's nice to get some ideas. And then the month page I have been using for hobby spending. Since we bought a new house, this is something that is like very forefront of mind for me, like sticking to a budget and being very aware of what money I'm spending on my hobbies. I've also used it in the past to note when I'm buying or getting rid of clothes or been given clothing, because I had a few months where I felt like I was buying too much clothing, and so tracking that actually helped me basically stop doing that. Also, it can be fun to do like highlights of the month. That could be fun, since I'm not really sure I need to do like the clothes tracking anymore, because I think I kind of solved that problem. And then I guess this is today's page here, which I will write in later. I've kind of been writing in here at night for the most part, and writing in my A6 kind of during the day. Well, my version of the A6, which is just what I'm using my Pocket Commonplace book for right now. Yeah, so I'll put these here, and then I usually like to keep one on the weekly, and then there should be a bookmark in here. 2 bookmarks in here. I usually put one on the monthly, and then I think I put one on the daily usually, and then these bookmarks, I put one on the monthly and one on the weekly. And then there's like one notes page at the back. Yeah. Oh, there's a few notes pages at the back. I use this as an ink log. So I mark what I have currently inked. Let me show you mine from this last year. This is last year's ink log. And then I started putting a little check mark next to it when I cleaned that pen out, so that I could see a little bit easier when what I actually have inked at the current moment. And then these pages back here, the My 100 in here, I'm actually not sure what I want to do with this page. In 2024, I think I used it for books, but I'm gonna do that in my weeks now. Yeah, so I was using it for books, and then I started doing fountain pen inks as well. So maybe I'll do that. Fountain pen inks. Because like hobby things, like reading, I'm gonna do in my weeks. And then I was thinking about tracking like movies as well, which I could also do in my weeks, because that's kind of my media journal. So I don't actually know what other ideas I have for this. If you have ideas for me, definitely let me know. Since this is more of my journal, I'm not super sure what I want to put in here. And then same for this. I think in 2024, I was using this to mark days that I journaled. And then I would fill it in with the fountain pen that I used to journal. So I think maybe I'll do that again. Because I actually really liked the way that that looked. It came out like very colorful. Okay, so I think that's it for this book. Let's do my A6 next. So these ones, in here, So I am going to be using this as kind of a planner. I'm calling it a daily log. So I literally just write down my to-do list for the day and then the things that happen during the day. So it's just very, and like any notes that I need to write down. And that's why I like it in the small size, because then it's portable and I can take it around with me easily. But I'm going to use the monthly as a content calendar. So this is going to be my content calendar. I'm going to stick it on December. So I feel like I want to use this top part for like stats, like Instagram, YouTube, that kind of stuff. And then the days, I could write when I post videos, maybe. Or, because I don't think I'm going to be referencing like the daily pages very much. Yeah, so maybe I'll write like when I post videos on here. That could be really interesting to see like a bird's eye view of my posting. And then, yeah, content planner. And here, what was my idea for this? Oh, I wanted to use this as like an ongoing to-do list. And brain dump. So maybe for things that don't necessarily need to be scheduled and planned in my planner, or if I just need a little bit more room to plan some content, something like that, I could put video ideas here. Since like the monthlies in these are pretty small, you pretty much only have like this column on the right hand side and then a teeny bit at the bottom. I guess I could use this side column for video ideas, but I kind of like to keep a list like with check boxes so that I can check off when I film, check off when I edit, and then check off when I post. And this is kind of slim for that, so maybe I can put my video ideas here as well. And then, yeah, the daily pages are going to be a daily log. So let me see if I can show you what I mean. I've been doing it in my pocket notebook for several months now. Okay, yeah, this one works. So I've been kind of treating this, since I knew that I wanted to switch to this book for 2025, I've been writing out kind of this spread as if it were this Hobonichi A6. So I would write the date up here at the top, and then I would write my to-do list. In here, there's only really room for like 3. On the Hobonichi, the boxes are smaller and the lines are smaller, so there's actually room for 5 up here at the top. And then sometimes I would write a little dot at the top here if I had an event going on. Like if I was going to a movie or something, I would put that up here, and there's more room on the actual Hobonichi A6 to do that. And then I have kind of a key here. Keep it on the back of this pencil board with this sticky note, and it's kind of a work in progress, but basically a circle is for an event. I put a heart for like a special memory, things like that. Yeah, I would put like this kind of a star for something that's hobby related, or I would mark if something's important that I need to remember, things like that, and to-do list items, whatnot. So I pretty much would just write about my day in here, things that happened, if we watched something, if we went somewhere, what we had for dinner, that kind of stuff I will write in here, because I like to be able to like reference back and just see at a high level what we did during the day. And that can help me fill out my 5-year journal. That can help me fill out like my memories calendar, things like that. Just helps me remember things and not forget things so easily. So that's what I've been doing in here. I was using a moleskin pocket for that, but it was so small. And this is a little bit bigger than that. And the A6 is bigger than the pocket. So I think that I will have plenty of room in here as opposed to the moleskin and this pocket notebook. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm using that right now. And I'm really, really excited to use this in 2025. I've been like itching for this for months. Well, I've just been using my pocket notebook, but yeah, I'm really, really excited to start using this. I think it's gonna be really nice. And I can start today. So I actually have written down today's in my, this is today's. I haven't really written much today, but like we went on a walk earlier and like we have the day off. So we had like a chill morning and made waffles, that kind of stuff. So I would just write those things down here. But I can do it in my actual Hobonichi now. So that's exciting. I think that's it for this one. And I think I am going to use the McDonald's pen here because this is going to be in my purse probably and like being carried around a lot. And I don't want to ruin this pen. I've already cracked it on the top. And I'm honestly so sad about it because I got like three or four of these pens last year. And I gave them all away except for this one. And then I cracked it, so I'm really sad about it. And I want it to last because I love these colors. So I'm gonna use my McDonald's pen for while I'm out on the go. And then the other book I have is my weeks. Yeah, this kind of fit in here, but it's a little bit snug. I think it's fine. Okay. So this spread in the weeks is so small. I'm not super sure what I want to do with it. Maybe I can do like reading stats at the top. So like number of books I read, maybe like physical ebook, audiobook, number of pages, number of hours. And then on the days, these boxes are so small. Maybe I'll write like number of pages read / hours listened. I think there's enough room here to do that. And then on the monthly, thankfully I'm pretty much doing this the same way I did last year, which is to write what I'm reading on the left-hand side. And then on the days I might mark when I start or finish something. I was also playing with the idea of in the boxes writing the number of pages I read and the number of minutes I listened, but I moved that to the daily pages. Then I also kept track of books that I bought, books I sold, and books I got from the library. So that's basically the same exact thing I'm gonna do here. So reading, start, finish, acquired, sold, and library books. And then, yeah, weeklies. So this book actually does start in November, I think. Yeah, it starts like the last week of November because of the start of December. So you can use this book for all of December. But I don't like starting a new book before the year starts. I know a lot of people switch into their new book as soon as they can, but I just don't work like that. I don't operate like that. So I wait until the year fully starts. So I will probably copy over whatever I've written the last couple of days in my other weeks into this one. So here I like to write currently reading. I like to keep a tracker of pages read each day. I might play with the layout, but currently I keep like a tracker at the bottom that lists like the book and then however many pages or however many minutes I read. And then I can see like the total at the end of the week. That's a little bit easier for me to see and keep track of how much I'm reading than doing it on the monthly pages. And then the space in between I kind of use for reviews and thoughts and notes about whatever I want. Same with the boxes on the left-hand side. I kind of just write about what I'm working on, like what I'm knitting, what we're watching, what I'm reading, that sort of thing. So media, reading, knitting, etc. the left-hand side. So that's how I'm using all that. And then in the notes pages, this is where I like to put one of these tabs. I like to keep a few things back here, and this is why I think that this one I'm gonna have to do like a whole video for. If you guys want to see videos on me actually doing the setup of these, let me know. If not, I won't bother. I think the Commonplace book one will be fun to do. This one could be fun to do as well. So like, since this is mostly a reading journal, but also for my other hobbies, I mostly want the back pages to be for like book reviews, but I also want to make a few spreads like 25 books for 2025, book log, where I see like everything I've read, put like the title, the day I started, the day I finished, and the rating. I would like to do best of the month, and then also have like a bracket at the end of the year. So each month I will pick my favorite book, and they will go head to head. You know, every 2 months I will pick which one was the best out of that and make a bracket to pick the best book of the year. And then I actually have a lot of ideas for this. I want also to have an ARC TBR. So that's for advanced reader copies that I get from like NetGalley. I'm pulling out a bigger sticky note because I have a lot of ideas here. I would also like a list of new releases that are on my radar, books that I unhaul, I would like to keep track of. I would like to keep track of what books I own going into 2025 and which ones I read. So I made a list of 25 books that I want to read in 2025, and this year, I do this every year. I do like 24 for 2024, that sort of thing, but for 2025, I picked only books that I own, whether they be physical, ebook, or audiobook. So I'm hoping to like get this list down quite a bit. I don't think I have like an excessive amount, but I would like it to be smaller. And then I think it could be fun to have like a series tracker. I'm planning to start some more series this year and get into some more fantasy series and sci-fi series. And then challenges could be fun to add in here as well. So those are my ideas for those. I have quite a few. And also like I might put some of those ideas in my Commonplace book, kind of just depends if I feel like I need more room or if I'm taking up too much space in here, because like also I want to put book ratings and reviews. I mean, not ratings, reviews. I want to write reviews for the books that I read in there. The My 100, I'm going to do books read. And I have read more than 50 books in a year. This year, I only read like 30. I read like 36 or something. So I don't think I need all 100. So I'm thinking like books read and then maybe movies or shows watched. So I might split it in half and do it like that. And then the 365-day checkoff sheet. I mean, I'm just thinking about marking the days that I read, but that's like super boring. But I haven't thought of anything more interesting, because I could mark like when I start and finish, or like when I finish a book, maybe, but then a lot of the days will be empty. So like days read could be something that I do that could actually allow me to fill out like all or most of those. So yeah, that's my idea for this book. That's the hobbies journal. And then my Commonplace book, I have lots of ideas for this as well. I need to make the key. I wanted to put my 25 for 2025 in here as well. Maybe I don't have as many ideas as I thought I did. I'm also, I will show you in a second, but I'm also making a reading snake this year. I don't know if you've heard of like temperature blankets, but it's kind of a play on that. And instead, like people will make blankets or scarves or snakes for reading. So for like each book that you read, you add onto it. So I'd like to make my reading snake key in here. I also made like a little spreadsheet to keep track of like what I read and to know what I need to add to my reading snake. So I've made some like proofs of concept a little bit, like some swatches. So this was like the tube swatch. This is way too big. I'm gonna make this probably like half the size. But yeah, I was playing with colors and like doing 2 dividing stripes or 1 dividing stripe, and kind of playing with like the width of the rectangles as well. So I think what I've come down to is that for like each 100 pages, I'm going to do 1 row of, and then the color is going to be based on the genre of the book. And I am going to allow myself to round up as well. So like if something has 150 pages, I'm going to let myself count it as 200. So I will do 2 rows. Yeah, my brain likes to be able to round up. I did play around with doing a row for every 50 pages, but I just don't think that's necessary to get like that granular with it. So that was my first attempt. And then now I'm kind of playing with like making the head of the snake. So I'm kind of going off of someone's reel on Instagram. I will put out her handle on the screen because I don't actually know what her handle is. But she made a reading snake this year. She knit one, and everyone was like, how did you do this? And she made kind of a reel explaining a little bit about how she did it. She's like, I didn't use a pattern, but I kind of winged it. This is how I did it. So kind of going off of hers, kind of doing it how I want. I'm trying to make the head of the snake, and then I'm going to try switching into the body and see how that goes. So I'm just doing a magic loop on, these are a US 8 needle, I think, with just worsted weight yarn. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. And this is just worsted weight from my stash, but I did get some more to have like a wider mix of colors. Let me put this in here because I'm not going to get into my Commonplace book too much yet. Those were like my main ideas. And then the reading journal, I can just start writing notes in when I start reading. And I will show you, I got some colors. Oh boy, this is too big. I might have to zoom out to show you. So don't mind that you can see my tripod stand over here. So I used some colors from my stash, but then I bought a few more. Well, I mostly bought new colors. These 3 are from my stash. I had a bunch of gray as well, and I just didn't really like the gray. I wanted something that was more of like a rainbow. But this is Michael's Loops and Threads Impeccable yarn. It's just an acrylic yarn, and I already had some in stash from another project that I started a few years ago. I went to Michael's and I picked out the colors I already had, and I started mixing and matching them with other colors. I also had the color Erin that I was going to use for the dividing stripes, which is this white, and I tried it with these colors in store and I didn't really like it, so I got a true white. So this color is white. I don't know if you care about the color names. Maybe you do. I'll name them for you. I have this spread in my Commonplace book of all the colors that I have and their names. So pink is soft rose, the orange is apricot, this is butterscotch, fern, skylight, clear blue, this is misty blue, plum, and smoke. So those are the colors I'm using, and then obviously white for the dividers. But yeah, I'm most excited about this blue color. I think it's so pretty. And then I was trying to, people will make like a little key for themselves, and I was trying to find like a thick piece of paper. A lot of people use like cardboard. And so these came with the pencil boards. So they come in like a plastic sleeve with this little sheet, and it's kind of like a nice thick paper. And so I'm gonna use this as my key. And I have 10 colors. I have 9 of these and then the white. So I will tie a little piece of each yarn onto here and label it for what genre it's for. And yeah, I think that's pretty much ready to go. And I'm probably gonna make the head for my snake out of the white. Yeah, and so the purple one I'm just experimenting with. Okay, hopefully that's all right. I also notice I'm getting a lot of shadows. I've been filming for a long time and the sun is kind of setting and it's super overcast out. So I apologize for the poor lighting. And also, like, the lighting has just been really hard to get right in our new house. I have not quite figured it out. I might need to get like a ring light or something. So please bear with me while I figure it out. Thank you so much. The last planner I have in here is my 5-year journal. I started this in 2023. I'm not great at keeping up with it, honestly. I've been not super consistent with it, but something I do is I pick a single ink color to use for the whole year. So in 2023, I used Ferris Wheel Pressed Royal Rhubarb. That was really pretty. And then this year I used Diamine Memory Lane, which is really pretty. It's actually a shimmer ink, so it has sparkles in it. And I did kind of regret that because it made that pen a little bit hard to keep inked all the time because the glitter would clog it and I was not like super consistent with writing. So every time I would pull out the pen, it would be clogged with glitter and it kind of like, you know, made it harder to be consistent writing in this. I don't really have a lot where like both years are filled out. Yeah, so the idea for using the single ink is because when I write on the right hand page, I want to know what year it's from without having to like label it. So anything I write on the right hand side that's in this red color means that it was from 2023. This spread has both. Something that I started doing this year also was to write the day of the week. That was something that when I was reading back 2023's entries, I was like, I really wish I knew what day of the week this was. And then I add the weather. So I've added the high and low temperature. I live in a place that typically gets a lot of snow and it's January and we have no snow. That's something that'll be really interesting to read back in the future. So that's something I started doing this year, was adding the day of the week and the weather. I would like to write like significant memories back here and mark those down, like anniversaries, birthdays, etc., so that I can go back and read them. But yeah, I put down at the bottom what the ink color for the year is. But yeah, I really want to get into this and start using this. This is something that I think would be like very valuable for me to have in the future. And part of the reason why I started the daily log, because looking back at my daily log, I can pick the most significant things that happened that day and write them in my 5-year journal. And so like I can archive my daily log, which is basically a planner for me, and my family can have, you know, my 5-year journal, which has like the core memories in it basically. And I think that that would be really nice. So that's my other planner that I don't talk about a ton. But yeah, I need to order my ink color for this year, basically. I'm trying to pick something that kind of goes with the covers of my journals for the year. So for this year, I was kind of thinking about doing a yellow or a green. I think I'm going to do green, and I didn't really like any of the inks that I already have for matching this vibe. So I might order some samples and try those out. And then, yeah, if I keep up with it, like if I use my entire sample of the color that I'm going to use in my 5-year, then I will allow myself to buy a bottle of that ink. I think that that would be like a good reward for being consistent. So this video is going to be super duper long. I'll try to cut some stuff out of it because I currently have over an hour of footage. So I apologize, but hopefully this is fun for you to kind of see my thought process with kind of getting everything ready for the new year. But yeah, sorry we can't like set everything up together in this video. I think it would just take a really long time. If you want individual setup videos for these or individual videos to show you how I use each of these, definitely let me know. I will, once I get settled into these a little bit more, probably in like February, I will make a 2025 like Techo Kaigi system video for you. I like to do those when I've been using things already so that I have like examples to show you and kind of can work out some of the kinks, before I show you how I'm using everything. So that will be coming for sure, but let me know if you want other videos. Definitely always let me know if you have ideas for me, because I'm totally open. I want to get back into my posting schedule again. I was doing really well last year before the craziness of December. But yeah, I really want to get back into making videos. I'm really excited to, start sharing this stuff with you again. It's a big passion of mine. And again, thank you for watching this far. Thank you for hanging out with me. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Bye, friends.